Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome back to our weekly Swing Traders TA video for GameStop. Last week on October 14th, I told you that bold yellow line there, the 50 EMA, would likely act as resistance for GameStop's price, and it certainly did. In this video, we're going to talk about my expectations for the coming week. Let's get right into it. You know, it always makes me chuckle a little bit when I hear other channels saying what we're doing over here on Tony Denaro's channel doesn't work. You can see all of my trades here for 2024, and we've had nothing but profitable trades. So you tell me, is it working or not? Now, I get it. If you're a diamond handing, I'm going to hold forever trader, just stop right here. This video is not going to be for you. If, however, what you've been doing for the last 3 years has only resulted in red on your portfolio, stick around for a couple minutes. Maybe you'll learn something. As we all know, things drastically changed for GameStop in May of 2024 when Roaring Kitty came back and caused the price to soar up. And now we are working on validating this new supply and demand zone. And it's still a story that is playing out. For one thing, the short interest has fallen dramatically. Whereas back in May, we had a 23% short interest. At the moment, it is under 9%. This is not a short squeeze play. Our other bit of evidence that there is not really a whole lot of short activity on GameStop right now is the very low cost to borrow. If there was high demand from shorts to borrow shares and short the stock, we'd see a much higher cost to borrow. That unwillingness of the shorts to come back in heavy on the play is what has allowed GameStop to trade here in this zone since August between $19.50 and $25. And we are reaching a critical point of decision where something is going to happen in the next several weeks. If this is not a short squeeze play at the moment based on that very low short interest, then we have two things to look at: the fundamentals of the company, the fair value, and what is going on technically on the chart. If there is no news from the company, or if Roaring Kitty does not come back in and light a fire under this thing, I know many of you are watching the exact same things that I am: the 50 moving average and the 200. I'm using the 50 EMA, which is that bold yellow line, and the 200 EMA, which is the bold purple line. And we are looking at the daily chart here on GameStop. You guys are all probably aware of the pumpers putting up Dorito of Doom charts with the most ridiculous TA I've ever seen. The TA on this chart is between the white lines plus the 50 and 200, the supply and demand zones that we have. In the short term, the technical analysis and the price action of the stock is going to be based on the most recent chart that we have here, going back to about May or June. We can see from the channel that I have drawn here with the white lines that the current trend of the stock is to go down. We have a series of lower highs and a series of lower lows until we reach a point of inflection. And that point, my friends, is coming in the next several weeks. As I am considering where I might want to get a entry into GameStop, there are a couple of points here on the chart that I would be paying attention to. Number one would be a breakout above the 50 EMA, or a breakout above this channel, the white line that I have here. If, however, the stock price continues on that declining trend, then the next thing that I'm going to be looking at is, can I get an entry down here in this green demand zone? That zone I have drawn is between $18.75 and about $20. Why am I not just buying GameStop every day if the shorts aren't willing to push the price down? Because I've done the work already to estimate what GameStop's earnings are going to be for the entire year and what the fair value of the stock is, around, say, $11 or $12 based on my estimates for their earnings for this year. So while it is trading in this range, I know in the back of my mind that the share price, until we get news from the company, the share price is overvalued. Meaning I must be very cautious on getting my entries for a swing trade, because even if I'm buying at $19, I'm still buying an overvalued stock. I know some of you might be perplexed. What do you mean, Tony, an overvalued stock? I was told this thing is worth 50 bucks. I have done videos for you guys showing you how to do a proper valuation of the stock, how to come to a reasonable fair price estimate. That does not mean that that is my price target for GameStop. Don't get it twisted, but you must understand what is the fair value of the stock based on how Wall Street is looking at it, so that you can anticipate where they are going to likely try and push the price. If you're listening to anyone who's giving you a price valuation much higher than where we're at right now, based on the fact that there's $4.6 billion on the balance sheet, I urge you to watch the video. Share price valuation comes from anticipated future earnings, not cash on the balance sheet. And I've done the work for you in that video to show you, even with the interest being earned from that cash on the balance sheet, $12 is still probably a maximum fair value price for the stock, and Wall Street knows that. You must understand this if you're trading GameStop to minimize your risk. As I've been saying for many, many weeks now, the number one thing that could break us out of this cycle would be some news from management or having Roaring Kitty come back in. Unless or until that happens, GameStop's going to be stuck, best case, trading sideways between the supply zone and the demand zone, and in the worst case, trending down between those two white lines that we have drawn here on the chart. My best guess without any news is that GameStop is going to trend slightly lower this week, finishing the week right around $20.50, which will put us right above this green demand zone. Of course, I would love to be wrong. I'd love to see some bullish momentum come in and break us above the 50 EMA, this bold yellow line, or even better, break us above this channel, this top white line here. If I don't see that bullish momentum, then I'm going to continue to sit out, be patient, wait for the stock to get down into that demand zone, take a fresh look at the TA, and decide then if that is a point that I want to get in. We have seen a lot of support in that green demand zone, and I certainly hope that if it goes down in there, that it holds and we get a bounce back up. We will have to see when that happens. Now, we know I don't always get it exactly correct, so let me know down in the comments, what do you see on the chart? Where do you think the stock is going to end up this week? Thank you for watching all the way through, guys. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.
So you are